I was just wondering when in April you talked about how you were looking forward to playing a little freer, a little bit more open. Have you had the conversations yet with Rick Tocchet and Todd Reardon about kind of what their game plan is for you and what your expectations are?
Yeah, we haven't gone over in terms of like roles yet. I know as the summer goes on here, when we get a little bit closer, we will. But I've had a conversation with Talk right after he got hired there, and then he texted me yesterday as well, congratulating me. But in terms of like roles and exactly where they want me, as we haven't discussed that yet. No.
Kevin, you're on with Cam.
Hey Cam, it's Kevin Kurz. How you doing? Thanks.
Yeah.
I guess I know there were some discussions about an extension early in the season. I guess just from your perspective, why did it take, I guess, this long to come to an agreement? What was important to you, I guess, throughout this process, and why did it take this long?
In terms of the length, I think it was just both sides. We were comfortable with each other. We knew that we would eventually get something done. It just we weren't in a rush at all to really, you know, sign the paper, I guess. We shuffled uh term around a little bit, and that's we'd go back and forth with that a little bit, but it was just a kind of a slow moving process. I think both sides were just comfortable with each other, and we knew that something was going to get done. It happened to be when it was. But yeah, obviously super excited to sign that and to be back with the Flyers. So
Go ahead with your follow-up, Kevin.
Yeah, I guess looking at the 5-year term, I think it was 2 years of unrestricted free agency that you sort of gave up there. Why does the 5-year term work for you?
I think it's a good timeline for me. I'll be 29 when it's over, and I think that'll be a good time for a possible another deal. I obviously love Philadelphia, and it's my home and where I'm comfortable, and I just wanted to be there as long as I could really. So I just I wanted to stay and be a part of what's going on here, and obviously a really exciting time to join and be a part of this really good group moving forward. So
Jordan, you're on with Cam.
Hey Cam, congrats on the new deal.
thanks, Jordan.
Cam, I know you said you have a lot of faith in what's going on here in Philadelphia, but what gives you confidence that this can kind of turn a corner and you can start playing playoff hockey here eventually?
Yeah, I mean, you look at our team. I feel like we've added depth, we've added skill. We've been in kind of this little rut here for a few years, and I think every player on the team has kind of learned and adapted to new things, and I feel like we're at the stage where we're ready to break out, and guys are, like I said, learning, and if everybody continues to try to take that next step and get better and better, I think our team is going to be a force to be reckoned with, and um, you look at our young core, like it's a really good group of guys, and a really skilled group of guys, and I think you add Talk into the mix there. I think he's going to be a great fit for our team, and he's going to be able to take us to that next level and get to where we want to be, and that's obviously in the playoffs. So
Siobhan, you're on with Cam.
Hey Cam, congrats on the new deal.
thank you.
We've seen a lot of growth from you over your time in Philly, and 5 years is a pretty significant amount of time, and it's gonna, take you into your prime years. So just as a player, where do you want to continue growing, and what kind of player do you hope that you'll become as, those years come on?
Yeah, I do feel like I've developed over the years, but I do want to continue to take strides in every part of my game. I think offensively, I have so much more to give, and I feel like I have a lot of skill that other defensemen don't have, and I feel like when I'm on my game, I'm a really versatile guy that not many guys in the league have that ability to do. So, I think defensively, I try to do the little things as best I can, block shots, defend as hard as I can. But I think for me, just continuing to take little strides in every area and try to improve my 200-foot game. But like I said, offensively, I feel like I have a lot more to give there, and I think we'll see better numbers hopefully there next year.
Bill, you're on with Cam.
Hey, Cam, congratulations.
Thank you.
So just circling back to your last question, one thing you didn't get much opportunity to do, particularly last year, was a lot of power play time, but you'd always been a guy who could contribute on the power play. So in terms of the offensive end of it, how important is it to get that opportunity, and what do you think you can add to help improve the power play?
Right. Like you said, I mean, I've been a power play guy pretty much my entire career, at every level. Last year I wasn't, but I think when you're on the power play and you're getting, more puck touches, more ice time, obviously, your offensive numbers will go up. But I think for me, and obviously my familiarity with Trevor, who's now on the team, like, um, I just feel like the familiarity is there, and could be a good connection potentially. But I feel like my lateral movement on the blue line is good, and I have a good shot. So, I mean, anything I can do to help, I obviously would be all hands on deck there. But obviously, you have to get the opportunity, which is the biggest thing. And I think earning the trust of talk is going to be important for me early on. And like every player with a new first year coach, you got to earn his trust, and then obviously the opportunities are gonna come for you, but you got to play hard and do the little things to earn the trust, and I think that's going to be a big thing for me. So
Jackie, you're on with Cam.
Hey, Kim. Sorry, the parts we heard sounded great. Unfortunately, we had a couple of glitches when you
okay.
answered the second question. So I'm gonna ask it again if that's all right.
Yeah.
Just to, being able to put last year kind of behind you and move forward with kind of fair to say maybe a clean slate.
Yeah. Was that was the first question you asked, right?
Yeah, well, the follow-up to the first question. The first question was just about Talkett and Reardon, and then I just asked you about, putting last year behind you and kind of moving forward with a little bit of a clean slate. You don't have to answer exactly the same, obviously, but
Okay. Yeah, that year was obviously really frustrating for me. I felt like at the end of the day, though, I learned a lot from that year, and I'm going to be able to take that year and kind of use it as an example for me down the road. And obviously, I don't want to experience that again, or have that feeling again. So, um, obviously, extremely motivated to have a big next year. And I think it's important too, just to continue to have the belief in yourself. I'm more than confident that I can come back and have a big year. And obviously last year didn't go my way, but not every year is going to be perfect, and it's not going to be the exponential growth that maybe you want to see as a player. But I'm still, like I said, more than confident that I can come out and do some really good things next year.
Kevin, you're on with Cam.
Cam, where were you when you found out that Trevor got traded to the Flyers? Who told you? How'd that group message, I guess, group
Yeah.
chat, and what do you think he can add to the team just overall?
Yeah, I knew about the trade, or I knew that it was a potential option for quite a while. I think that it escalated probably pretty quickly when there was maybe a new coach in town or whatever. But I think, where was I? Because I'm on West Coast time too, so the time change is a little different. I think I just woke up maybe, I think. But obviously, we were high school troublemakers together, really good friends. And he brings a skill set that, we haven't seen probably in a while. Um, and I think it's going to be really good for our team, just to be around him in practice. Like, he's going to make our entire team more skilled, and I think that's going to be really important for us. So, um, like I said, he's just a unique player that, there's guys in the league that have skill, and then there's guys that have elite skill, and I would say he's in that elite category. So, obviously, the organization, the fans should all be super excited because, he's a guy that can definitely, get you out of your seat out of a game.
Haley, you're on with Cam.
Congratulations.
Thank
Um,
you.
yeah. So does signing a 5-year extension change how you see yourself, maybe not just as a player, but a piece of the Flyers' identity and future going forward?
Yeah, I think obviously, I mean, 5 years is, a pretty long time, and I feel like I'm kind of a young leader already, maybe, but obviously 5 years down the road, I think I could even tap into that even more. So, obviously, really exciting for me to be in Philly long term, um, and just continue to build with our group and our squad that we have going, and obviously you see the young talent that we have coming in. So, it's going to be an exciting 5 years. I feel like my best hockey is ahead of me here, and I'm looking forward to getting going.